the Icons of Real Estate podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from eXp's top-producing icon agents? If you are an ambitious eXp agent ready to skyrocket your business, this podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your eXp business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Icons of Real Estate podcast. With us today, we have Ahsley Wisch. She's an icon agent and a real estate investor operating proudly from Memphis. She runs the Love Your Memphis Real Estate Group, brokered by eXp Realty, and finds herself in the top 1% of the company. Ahsley started real estate just 4 years ago, and she's already an icon. Imagine that. Welcome to the show, Ahsley.
Thank you for having me.
So usually we start with your real estate journey. I guess it's not that a big of a journey, right? Just 4 years, but do tell us.
So actually my real estate journey started back in 2013. I worked for real estate finance. I was in the investor world of things, I guess you would say. So I worked with international and domestic investors, and I would help them invest in single family turnkey property investments. So it was a private lending company. So it really versed me in the fix and flip, buy and hold world of real estate. So I learned a lot about the Memphis market, about contractors, about property managers, about just everything. And that was right out of college. I was hired for that position.
Okay, so but you didn't have a realtor license?
No, not yet. So I worked there for a while. And then as I started having my children, I decided maybe I don't really want to work a 9 to 5 anymore. Maybe I'll go on the other side of real estate and sell it. I knew so many people in the industry. So I went to Success Real Estate School is the name of it here. I went to Success Real Estate School and I had my baby in the car seat. And I remember I had a job with a team, and they're like, you have to start May 1st. And I thought, it's April. I don't know how I'm going to get my license by May 1st. So I brought my baby up to Success Real Estate School. And it was a really sweet woman named Kevin Fig. And Kevin was like, our next class isn't until June. And I was like, no, I'm getting in that class, because they were filled. I mean, that was when everybody wants to be a realtor. So I had this baby. I was like, please, I promise you. She's like, because our schools are graded on the amount of people that pass and the amount of people that fail. So I don't want to set you up to fail, and you need to be. And I was like, I have a real estate background. I know it, I may not know as much of the law and legal side yet, but I know a lot about real estate. She let me in. And I got my license. I passed the test on the first try. I was like, I'm not going to let Kevin down. I'm not going to let her down.
So how long did it take? Like 2 or 3 weeks?
It took me 3 weeks. And it's a 60-hour course. So I went Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hired a nanny for my baby those days, and I did it. She also offered something called distance learning. So you could pop in at night classes and add it to your hours. But I did that whole course in that month, and I was licensed by May 1st.
Nice. And then you joined.
And then I joined. Yep. And then I joined, and that team didn't work out. And I felt like God had a better plan. I ended up with a really successful realtor. He taught me a lot. After 6 months of being with him, I left his team and started my own little group. I took that leap of faith.
Nice. And where does the eXp get in all of this?
So I was brokered by Keller Williams for about 2 weeks. Then I got with Remax, and Remax was just a really well-known brand. And at the time I was so green to the industry, I thought I needed to be with that really well-known brand. And as I progressed, I realized people just knew me for me, and they didn't know that I was affiliated with Remax, and I was paying Remax all of this money, like $2.99 a month, 10% of every closing, a royalty fee, and then like this other thing. So it just, for me to be away from my kids, I had to make it make sense for my time. and paying Remax all that money, paying my team lead all that money, 50-50 split, it didn't make sense. So I went to lunch with my broker. She had left Remax and joined EXP. At the time, the word on the street was EXP was a retirement community. Only old agents were joining EXP. And I thought, I'll talk to her because I respected her. Her name was Diane. I'll talk with her, and I really would love to hear what she has to say about it. At that time, there were only 9,000 agents in EXP Realty. There's 75,000 today. So I thought about it and I thought about it and I prayed about it. And I said, I'm just going to do it. I had just had twins. So I had 3 kids and I wanted to make the most of my time. I was doing more listing stuff and cold calling at that time. So it's not like I needed someone to hand feed me the leads like I did before I went on maternity leave, or I guess maternity leave was like a week for me. But then I got with EXP, and the amount of stock that I have now, at the time it was $5 a stock. Right now, today it's hovering at $25 a stock, but we've gotten up to $50 to $90 before. So it was a really good business decision for me and my family. And I think at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Perfect. And that was what, 2 years ago, 3? That you
3.
was
3 years ago.
2019. Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
And
because my twins are 3.
nice. And with such like few experience and just in 2 years, like how come you already reached the icon level?
We just did a video about this. I think the big picture is if you do what you say you're going to do and you follow up and you make your calls, you're going to be successful. That's it. You have to be ethical and honest behind it. Majority of my business is referral, but when I'm in the office, I don't mess around. I'm here to work. And when I leave, I'm with my kids. I only have a short window to work. So I wanted to be as committed to the industry as I could. And I eat, breathe, and sleep it. Like, I can't say that I ever have days off, ever. My phone rings a lot.
So like, where did all the production came then? Like referral and calls, is that it?
Yeah, so I didn't have the funds when I first started. Gosh, it's kind of crazy to think that, right? Because when you leave a big successful team, you don't really know where your leads are going to come from. So when I left, it was all referrals. It was all because I had done really well on that team before. So I was like the top agent in this team. So I just had referrals from them. I hired a marketing manager. That was a really big thing of my business, who stayed on top of us. And we stole smart from like other realtors. So that really helped us with understanding how to stay on top of the real estate game. And it was really just networking. I didn't have much money to really invest into the paid leads, but I knew real estate really well. I understood it. I really loved it. And I think that the production came with the dedication I had to the job.
Nice. Yeah, dedication is certainly an important piece of it. And so you're with talk us a bit about Love Your Memphis. So like, are you building a team, or you're operating as a solo agent?
No, so a lot of my production was as a solo agent. I'm in a coaching program within Tom Ferry Network, and I had all of these leads, and I'm spreading myself so thin. And I said, if I can just get one agent to help me. I hired one agent. It was really good. And I was like, all right. And it's kind of weird. Every agent that I have, I've only reached out to one. The other 2 kind of came. So I have 3 agents, and they're really good. They do really well, and they want to work, and that's what takes it. And by the end of the year, we should have about 15 agents on our team.
Nice. Yeah, 15. So that's already impressive. How many do you have right now?
We have 3. And so we're recruiting and getting more. It's a very different fit. I mean, we can hire new agents all day, but I kind of want someone who's hungry, who's going to call and do the work, and needs to be handheld, but I can let them go at certain times. So it's a really big vetting process too.
Yeah. So what are the values that you want to transmit with leading Love Your Memphis? Like, what do you think you want it to be the differentiation factor for you?
I think honestly, we've built this business on integrity and honesty and ethical standards. I don't think if we say we're going to do it, we're going to do it. We are there 100% of the time. And that's what I wanted my agents to do. I want them to not just look at it like it's going to be a commission check. Because yeah, we get paid well, but we are we wear a bunch of hats. And if they can't accept that, then that's not part of our values. Like our values are going to be built on being honest, showing up, doing the right thing, and helping and serving other people in the real estate community.
Nice. And talking about the community, you seem to be a very local focused agent as well, right? Like you focus mainly like on the greater Memphis area. Can you talk us about like how is the market situation right now there?
Yeah, our market is crazy. I feel like it's a seller's and a buyer's market, but the majority of sellers, we have low inventory. We have more buyers than we have, which is weird because Memphis is a higher rental city. Mm-hmm. More people rent here than they do buy, but right now we have more buyers than we do sellers. I went on 2 listing appointments last week. I got them both. One I already have sold by one of my agents here. They agreed to sell it off market if we had a buyer. So it's just very fast. Our interest rates are rising, but I don't think we're going to see a slowdown just because once someone gets approved to buy a house, it's kind of like, when you get that pre-approval to buy a car, you're going to keep looking until you find the right car. So I don't see a slowdown for us, but we are things are not even on the market longer than 2 days here.
Yeah. But even if there's more sellers than buyers and it's a rental market, I guess it's a good opportunity for some short-term investing, no? Not short-term rentals investing. That's what I
mean. Yes, the short-term rental. So I sell a lot of short-term rentals in East Tennessee, like cabins. The short-term rental model only works if you can hit like an 18. I can't say only. Some people are okay with a 15% return, but the sweet spot is 18% or more. And in Memphis, it's really hard for you to hit that number because we don't have, we have people coming and going, but your Airbnb has to be in a specific location of Memphis. And a lot of times the price point of those homes, you won't make a good return. You won't even hit 10% sometimes. So you have to be careful with the short-term rentals. We still have we have more buyers than we do sellers right now. And when we do have sellers, people are going crazy, like $50,000 to $70,000 over. It's kind of crazy.
Nice. So this year is going to be all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have many contracts right now. It's going to be good.
Amazing. And we have known the best way to deliver some more value here, Ahsley, is through stories. Do you think of any story that would symbolize your EXP experience so far and the fact that you're an icon agent with such few experience?
So I grew up really poor, inner city kid. I went to a really bad school, and then my mom transferred me to a good school. So for majority of my years, I went to a school where we never talked about college. We never talked about success. We just pretty much talked about surviving. We talked about a lot of stuff that I can't even imagine my kids being 12 talking about. So because of that, I feel like I grew up a lot faster than most people would. And I started working when I was 15 because I had to. The EXP model is very entrepreneurial. There's no limit here, right? And you get compensated really well in your downline and things like that. So for me, with my success, if I was going to do something, I'm going to pour into it and I'm going to be successful because I know what it's like to be low and poor and not have the means that I have now. So I show up and I do what I have to do. And I think about, we lived in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house before we moved when I was 15. I moved when I was 14. And I think about that time and I can't imagine ever going back to that time. And I have a lot of fear. So that fear creates a sense of urgency. So for a lot of people who want to be successful in real estate, you really got to figure out if you love real estate, if you get a tingly feeling about it, and you really have to find your niche. And I think our niche is just really helping people and connecting people and serving I don't really think, because I can do the investment, I can do a reload, I can do owner occupant, I can do a sales, like a seller. So I really think you have to have your why. And I know that my why is I have 4 small children and I never want them to live. I want them to feel the love we had in our house, but I never want them to live like we lived. So for everybody's success story, it's a little bit different, but I feel like mine is to succeed and really show my children, that they have a, hardworking mom and we provide for our family and just this, you have to work to be successful. That was really how I was raised. So that would be my takeaway with when I saw the EXP model, it just made sense for an entrepreneur to succeed in more facets than just selling real estate.
Yeah, that's very inspiring, actually. And it looks like you're giving your family a very nice life to live. So your inspiration has come into some results.
Thank you.
And now let me ask you a bit of more thinking question. Is a question that no one wants to hear, but like everyone needs it, is in what areas do you feel you need to improve and what are you doing about it?
I have a problem with letting go of control in some things of life. So I try to do everything, and that's a really big deficit for me. So we are hiring an admin to offload some of the tasks. Like I still upload all of my own listings, which I shouldn't at the level I'm at. So for me, if I can let go of some of that control, then my business would just flourish even more.
Nice.
It's hard for me to let go of control.
Yeah, so just do it. Delegation, very important.
Delegation, for sure.
Yeah. So thanks, Ahsley. Let us know how can our audience reach you.
So I'm available on Instagram at Ahsley Wisch. And then I am available you can text me 901-361-1293. Loveyourmemphis.com is our website. Message us. I mean, I'm always readily available. It's kind of bad, but if you text me at 2 a.m., I more than likely will respond.
Okay, but I still you get your nice sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, Ahsley. Thanks for coming on here on the Icons of Real Estate podcast and share your inspiring story. And I hope that all goes well with Love Your Memphis this year and on the coming years, of course.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk soon. Bye.
Bye.